Hello my darlings and welcome to my kingdom. If you're new here, welcome my darling. Please don't forget to subscribe to help us grow this gorgeous, glamorous, beautifully smelling community. And of course follow me on Instagram. Okay guys, so as you can see from the title, this is gonna be a very expensive fragrance haul. And don't get me wrong, I still have some cheapies for you. So there will be everything for everyone. So my darlings, I don't want to elongate too much. I'm just gonna jump straight into the fragrances. And I'm gonna actually start with the ones that are the most exciting for me. And I still cannot believe I have them, to be completely honest with you. Because I have seen some people and also on Fragrantica, and I've also tested some fragrances from the brand Fragrance de Bois. And if you are into niche fragrances, if you are into luxury goods, if you watch fragrance YouTube, I'm sure you know what Fragrance de Bois is. Recently, like 2 weeks ago I think, maybe even a week ago, suddenly Fragrance de Bois contacted me, and I must say they have such a lovely team. It was such a pleasure to interact with them, and they actually offered me 2 fragrances for my review, for me to check them out. Of course guys, this video is not sponsored, they just kindly sent me the fragrances for my, you know, for my opinion, to give you some thoughts of mine. So I received 2 fragrances, and also I have received the full-on sample set from the brand. There are mostly those, you know, very popular fragrances from the brand, like Eau d'Orange Intense, Sahara, of course Santal Complete, Eau Jaune Intense. So this one I think I'm not gonna go through in this video. I think I'm gonna leave it for the next video which I'm gonna film, and that is gonna be testing all the Fragrance de Bois fragrances and rating them for you. So you basically have a beautiful buying guide from me, you know. So this one I'm gonna put aside and stay tuned for this video because it's gonna be very exciting. I definitely have my favorites in this little kit, so yeah, this is gonna be absolutely exciting. But I just want to get into the fragrances that I have the full bottles of. And also I was super surprised because they sent me 2 full-sized 100ml bottles. And this is how the proper packaging looks like, because there is additional packaging on it, but I don't even know where I put it, to be completely honest. But it's like a, you know, paper box packaging. But when you take it out, this is the proper box, and it's all velvet, and it has this beautiful engraving of Fragrance de Bois. And this is how the fragrance looks like inside. I'll get to the fragrances in a second, but I just want to show you the presentation first. So first of all, here you get a little card, and if you purchase an oud fragrance, there will be a piece of oud for you that is included in the fragrance. So you get a little piece of oud as well as a certificate, which is absolutely fantastic. And you know, we as humans love having certificates because it makes us feel that we're getting something legit and very luxurious, because mainly luxury goods have certificates like diamonds, you know. So that is a beautiful touch from the brand, and I was really surprised by it. And this is the bed where the fragrance lays. And what you can do if you don't want to have the fragrance standing on its own, you can actually lift it up a little bit, and this is how it's gonna look on your display. I actually keep it like that, and I really love how it looks. Even though, you know, I have the whole wardrobe of fragrances, I actually keep them separately just because I love how the fragrance bed looks. Maybe a culprit. Is it a vampire? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, let's get into these little Draculas. I'm gonna tell you all about them. So the first fragrance that I received is definitely right at my alley. You know, guys, I love oud. I love rose oud combinations, and they just nailed it when it comes to the fragrances that they sent me. And this one is Oud Rose Intense. So as I said before, this is a 100 ml bottle. Absolutely beautiful. If you are curious, you also have this little engraving at the back of the bottle which says an original perfume by Fragrance du Bois, born in nature, crafted in France. So you can expect beautiful natural ingredients from the fragrances. Whichever you get, these are just stunning, high quality ingredients in here. And of course the cap is to die for. This is a very heavy, sturdy cap. What I also love is that it's not as easy to take off and put in, and that to me is a great indication that I can travel with it with no problem, because you know, some bottles open very easily and I don't like that because I'm always you know, scared that it's gonna open in my bag. But this one I feel is very secure. Okay, so when it comes to Oud Rose Intense, it actually really surprised me because I was kind of expecting typical rose oud combination, or maybe something a little bit more fruity, maybe something sweeter, but you know, in that rose oud realm that I am so used to. And this is so different to what I was thinking. And you know, this is where the brand really gets you, because you expect something from the name, you expect something from the note structure, but because of the ingredients being blended so incredibly, it actually turns out to be something completely different. And this one, guys, it's just stunning. And look at the sprayer, by the way. Amazing. So you get a little bit, but just a little bit of that typical, so to speak, rose oud, but to me, this is fruity, a little bit airy, sweet, quite Middle Eastern, but not too much. It's very contemporary of a fragrance, in my opinion. Yeah, at the first glance, you get lots of fruits and a little bit of earthiness, so to speak. Also to my nose, because you know, fragrances is not what you smell, fragrance is experience and memories. I get something a little bit piney, which makes it a little bit more interesting and different to all the other rose oud combinations. It's absolutely unisex, even though you get a lot of fruits and it's definitely on the sweeter side. It's definitely not as sweet as, for example, Oud Bouquet by Lancome. No, that one leans definitely so gourmand and it's like almost sickly sweet. This one is super refined. So I feel like this is something that you can wear for any occasion, any weather even though it's a rose oud and it's definitely an intense one. I feel like you will not be too bothered with it in the summertime, especially summer nights. Amazing. It's just beautiful. The dry down is so rich and so luscious, and that smoothness, like I've noticed it from the first fragrance I applied from Fragrance du Bois back in the day when I was testing many fragrances. I had some samples from Fragrance du Bois and I immediately noticed that these fragrances are incredibly smooth. And also it's quite hard to pinpoint each and every note. Like, they are blended to perfection. Just beautiful. I can't stop smelling it. It's that good. It's that good. Yeah, so this is a unisex fragrance. I would say perfect for all year round if you like heavier fragrances. But even though it's definitely on a heavier side, it's not cloying at all. And this is amazing about this fragrance. It's not cloying at all. It's so... Even though it has great sillage and great longevity, I actually tested it out throughout few days because I couldn't wait. I started testing them as soon as I got them in the mail. And I must say the longevity on these ones is just incredible. It's just incredible. Very elegant, very unique, super unique. It's really hard to describe this fragrance because it's just so unique, but beautiful. So that's Oud Rose Intense by Fragrance de Bois. And I have another one. And at first, guys, by the way, at first I was absolutely sure from the note structure, because I've never smelled them before, I was absolutely sure that Oud Rose Intense would be my absolute favorite, which is definitely like my top favorite fragrance. But from the two, I thought this would be my favorite, you know? But oh boy, I was wrong. Oh boy, I was wrong. And I want to introduce you to my current favorite fragrance of all time. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I am so in love, guys. That is Siberian Rose. And again, when I read the note structure, because you know, I told them what I like, what I don't really like. I told them that I like oud, but I don't really love too heavy of patchouli fragrances. But I didn't mention that I'm not the biggest fan of leather, and you know me, no. And this one actually contains leather, and quite a lot of it. So I was like, I really hope I like it, because I forgot to tell them I don't like leather. But guys, Fragrance de Bois officially changed my mind when it comes to leather fragrances. I mean, it's not very prominent on leather. It is there, you can smell it, but it's not the main note, but it's still there. And usually when I see leather, I kind of stay away from fragrances, with some exceptions. This one changed everything. This one changed everything. This is, to me, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is to me the most beautiful fragrance ever. Ever. This is actually in their florals, so they have different ranges of perfumes. They have woody, they have oriental, they have florals, so Siberian Rose is actually in floral. Oh gosh, guys, this is so smooth and so creamy. It's incredible. You definitely get a very prominent rose with quite a bit of different florals. It's definitely a sweet fragrance. They're both very sweet, but this one is like sweet with a little bit of a punch. This one is sweet creamy. Sweet creamy. It's just delicious. When I think of a delicious fragrance, this is it. And actually, what I have to tell you guys, this fragrance has become very precious to me, not only because of the smell, but also because of the name. Actually, my family story is very difficult, and during the World War II, my beloved grandpa was sent to Siberia, where most of my family died, and he was one of the few people that survived Siberia. For it lasted years that they were there. And you know, to me, even though he passed away so long ago, to me he is like a Siberian rose, you know, because despite of all the snows and hardship, the rose actually bloomed, you know. He was a young boy when he was there. So every time I spray myself with this fragrance, I really appreciate my grandpa in my heart, and I am constantly reminded of him. Yeah, so I'm actually, I don't want to cry in a minute, but whew, this has become very, very precious to me, and definitely my top favorite fragrance at the moment, and I think I will always want to have it in my collection. It's that amazing. It's extremely smooth and creamy and sweet. It is rosy, but not too rosy. You know, it's just so well blended that you don't really smell, oh, this is a rose fragrance. You know what I mean? Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Again, longevity, sillage, fantastic. So yeah, that's Siberian Rose from Fragrance de Bois. And that's it from Fragrance de Bois. I rambled so much, guys. I am so sorry. Let's move on to another fragrance. And this one is definitely on a bougie side as well, but I just want to go through all those bougie fragrances, and then we're gonna go into some absolute gems that I got for a very, very nice price. So the next one is Parfums de Marly Delina Exclusive. Finally, I got Delina Exclusive. I was going through little decants and decants for the longest time. I think it lasted for over a year that I've been just testing this fragrance like a freak, and I finally got it. So this is not the fragrance that I was in love with from the very beginning. I really didn't get this fragrance in the very beginning when I started testing it. To me it was a little bit like meh, like too sweet, too powdery, too pulpy, but something really changed within the last few months, and I am absolutely in love with it at the moment, and I really think this is gonna become my signature scent along with Delina. So I think also that it's gonna be absolutely perfect to mix them both, because you're gonna get that nice zest from Delina original and that beautiful depth and sweetness from Exclusive. I'm sure you already know about it, but if you want me to review all Delinas, for example, maybe you would be interested in that, along with maybe some similar fragrances, please let me know in the comments. I will be happy to do so. But Delina Exclusive is definitely a sweeter, denser, and more vanillic version of the original. It's really pretty, and what I like the most about it is that it is insane when it comes to lasting power. The lasting power of this fragrance is abnormal, as I usually say. Exquisite projection, abnormal longevity. So I think if you love very feminine fragrances, you absolutely should have this one or the original in your collection. If you are just starting out with your Delina journey, I would still go with the original, to be honest. But this is a perfect addition to your collection if you already have the original. It's just beautiful. I'm not even going to spray it because it's like very strong, and I'm already all over in Fragrance de Bois. Oh, by the way, I'm still like head over heels with these. So yeah, that's Delina Exclusive. I will be surely featuring this one on my channel. Okay, next one is in the middle price range, and it's just amazing. People love it. It's one of the world's best sellers, and I finally got it after many years of not having it in my collection. And I actually got it with a discounted price. I was like, yeah, why not? And that is Nuit Trezo by Lancome, and I really enjoy this one. I already sprayed it on the box, so it's so nice. So this is how the packaging looks like. I'm sure you already know. What I must say straight out of the bat about this fragrance is that if you are looking for something super long lasting and super projecting, this is the one to go. This is fantastic when it comes to longevity and projection, and this one I like a little bit less than the A la Folie version, which is super long lasting as well. So yeah, personally I prefer A La Folie, but I thought I absolutely should have this one in my collection because it is a great all year round fragrance. I'm actually soon gonna do my top all year round fragrances, so fragrances that you can wear basically all day, every weather, every season. So to me this is like one of them. This is just very good for all year round because even though it's deep and it's incensey, it actually has quite a bit of freshness and fruitiness. To me also, I don't know why, but kind of sometimes reminds me of Decadence by Marc Jacobs. Some of the accords mesh on my skin in the way that it turns out to be quite similar to Decadence by Marc Jacobs. I don't know what it is. Tell me, do you have the same thing with this one? It's definitely sweeter and more fruity, and it's just more girly, not as sexy. It is still sexy, but not as sexy as Decadence. Yeah, very, very nice one. And I must say, for a fragrance that is from a designer house, it's still quite unique. So that's La Nuit Trezo by Lancome. I finally have it because you guys have been raving about this one in the comments. So I was finally like, okay, I'll have it. All right. Now, another one is, I think the cheapest fragrances out of them all, and one of the best. Like, this is so good, guys. And I was on a hunt of this one to show you, to purchase it and show it to you on a video for the longest time. I have been waiting for it to be in stock in Poland for the longest time, since the day one that I knew it was launched worldwide, and I finally found it. I finally found it and I finally purchased it, and it's finally here, and you have to have it. As soon as you see it somewhere, I'll try to link everything down below for you as usual. Just get it. Just get it as soon as you can, because I can promise you this will be sold out soon, because it's that good. And that is from a super inexpensive brand, and that is from Jil Sander, and this one is Sun Parfum. So it's not the Eau de Parfum, which is a little bit more orange. This one is like a peach kind of color. So don't get it twisted. This is not the Eau de Parfum, this is the Sun Parfum. And guys, this one is honey bomb. Honey bomb for summer. Think of fresh beach morning. You're walking around the beach and you have a freshly squeezed orange juice in your hand, and someone spills honey on you. Yeah, you can say that. It's just beautiful. It really is. This is definitely very honey. It's sweet. It has this beautiful dry down that I'm obsessed with. It's just amazing. Completely not like the original in the white bottle. It's nowhere near. In my opinion, it's way more contemporary and better. And if you like those orangey, zesty notes combined with honey, you're gonna love this, because to me, this is a quite realistic orange. I immediately think of orange pulp, like from the juice, when I smell it, mixed with honey. It's just fantastic. I really, really love it. So this one is actually 125 ml, which is a great bang for your buck. And it also comes in a smaller bottle, I think, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. I am gonna talk about it more in my honey video, which I am also in the middle of preparing. So stay tuned for that. And for now, I'm just gonna drizzle myself in this because I love it so much. And this bottle was completely full, and look how much I've already used. There is a little bit of a dent, and I've had it for a couple of days only. So yeah, I love it so much. Sun Parfum by Jil Sander. What am I thinking? Okay, now I have, I think, for some of you, the most exciting box. to explore. If there are any fans of Creed Aventus for her with me, I have an incredible 100% dupe. And that is just such a beautiful fragrance. I cannot. And that is by the brand Haramain, and this is Lavento Thumb. And first of all, look at the box. It's so nicely done. You know, you're not really paying too much for the fragrance. It's definitely on the affordable side, and it's done so well. It's actually, I think, plastic or maybe a very sturdy paper. No, I actually think it's plastic. So you open it like this and you have the bed of the fragrance. It's just done so well, so well. You have a little bit of like a plushy material here. It's just done so well. So, you know, you're not gonna tell me that you cannot do a great box and presentation of the fragrance with a smaller price than Parfums de Marly. That's just my opinion, but I was disappointed and I'm a bit bitter about it still. So yeah, Lavento Farm. I actually discovered it by complete mistake, because I was browsing online and I really wanted to get Creed Aventus for her, because I really felt like it. At first I was quite skeptical to that fragrance, because I remember my father wearing Creed Aventus for him, and since we were quite estranged, it's a little bit repelling. But I really wanted it, you know, for summertime. It's just so zesty, so beautiful, and so long lasting. And actually people in the comments on Fragrantica were saying that this one is like 100% similar to it. And I really love the brand Haramain. If you don't know already, I've worked with the brand for over a year now, but this one I actually got with my own money, because I actually got it along with Parfums de Marly, so I got them together. Very beautiful fragrance. The bottle is great. It's 100 ml. You really get great quality for what you're paying. And this one, guys, is straight up Creed Aventus for her. What can I say? I really discovered it by an accident. I was, you know, just almost getting the Creed one. But if you don't wanna spend too much money on Creed, I would get Haramain, honestly. I'm not saying that I will never get the Creed one, but if you just want to try the fragrance, you know, test it out, how it works with your skin chemistry, if you really like it, I would totally go for this one. And also, of course, if you find Creed being too expensive, go for this one, because you are really missing out if you don't. It's just gorgeous, you know. It's this like a little bit pineapple-y, a little bit musky, quite aquatic, quite piney. It's just everything in one, but done so well. I really love it. So yeah, great longevity and projection as well. Haramain is so good with their longevity and sillage, so you know, it's just great. And I also know there is men's version as well, which is like, you know, Creed Aventus equivalent. So I might check it out for my bébé, and I might get it for my bébé as well, because I wanted to get him Creed Aventus, but maybe I should get this one first so he can test it out, you know, and make sure that he really loves the scent profile, because he got very bougie with the fragrances lately, I'll be honest. So yeah, I love this one. You have to check it out if you haven't already. As always, I will link everything down below. This is my gem for summer at the moment. I really love it. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check the description box with all the links, and of course subscribe to my channel. That would be lovely. And yeah, bye.